Yes, I am. I'm doing Siege Crosshairs review. Yep. Welcome back to my channel. In today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Siege WFC Trilogy Crosshairs. And if you're new around here, please remember to subscribe to my channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and with that being said, let's get started. And we're going to start with Crosshairs in vehicle mode. As you can see, it's just a repaint of Siege Ironhide. I kind of like this mold a lot. I like the colors on this one a lot more than Ironhide. Just has the plain old red and a little bit of gray and that little bit of gold tint on the side. But overall, I like the red and blue with the silver. Overall, it does have a lot of molded detail here on the sides. I think it looks pretty cool. I like how they did the red here. They did add some white in here, obviously. Obviously, we have Crosshair's head right there, but overall, I like the white. That kind of gives us that little touch in the inside, but also when it goes into robot mode, it stands out a lot more than what Ironhide did when he's in robot mode. Because you get that nice, like, white-looking inside of his chest. But overall, we got some detail right there. We got a little bit more molded detail on this side as well. The wheels are what they are. The battle damage, little scuff marks on the side, and everything on the bumper. That's about it. And then obviously the dirty feet, a little scuffed up here and there. And my Crosshairs already has the Ratchet Studios upgrade kit with gap fillers. They're already installed. The only thing I didn't install were the hip extensions to make them taller, because then if you add those in, it would affect the transformation where you can't do it then. So that is the only thing I did include on this set. I just wanted to mention that so nobody's wondering why, well, the gaps are already filled up. So and here we have Crosshairs and Ironhide in vehicle mode, and as you can see, the difference is we got white, blue, red with Crosshairs versus we got silver, gray, gold, and obviously red, but a different shade of red. So are they the same? They look different from off camera here, but overall, I mean, it's still the same mold, same transformation, just different head sculpt. The molded detail is exactly the same, just like we got white there, where this is just still plain old red. We got the gold right there versus this is just straight up blue. And then we got a little bit of fill in here versus Ironhide didn't get that at all, but they still have the same silver stripe on the back. And on the back, you can see they both have the Ratchet Studios upgrade, as I was already explaining about Crosshairs earlier. And it's still the same figure, just different paint and different head sculpt. And the Autobot logo is in two different positions. We got Ironhide right there versus Crosshairs is right here on the windshield. And we're going to go ahead with the transformation. It's pretty straightforward here. I mean, this mold has been around for a while. I mean, if you have Ironhide, Crosshairs, or the Walgreens exclusive Ratchet, and they don't tap in, shouldn't have a problem with this mold here whatsoever. Especially how old this figure is at this point. There we go. He's a little stuck there. Tap that in. And here we have Crosshairs in robot mode. And one thing for sure I want to show off is that head sculpt there. And it looks really, really good. Really G1 inspired. Overall, really good. And like I said before, we already have the gap fillers already in, so if anybody's noticing that, I already touched base with that. Overall, one thing I wanted to point out that they fixed this, the door pieces, the untab and fold down. Mine just don't tab in, but at least the main concern was that these don't come out so easily. I'm really trying to pull this. They actually stay in versus iron hides. They would just fall out like instantly. This one's a little bit more, well, it's in there too. But overall, I think this figure is the perfected version of the mold. I think that is pretty cool. And then we got his rocket launcher, which I actually like. I like all the molded detail on it. And I like the molded detail here for the launcher part. I think that's really, really cool. And I like the silver in there with the red, and then they decided to go with black instead of blue. And I think that was a better way to go. And then you can turn this into a hammer, so you can hold it like that. We never see this version of the weapon. We do see the rocket launcher used by Ironhide in Siege Chapter, when they're being attacked when they're at the Ark with the Decepticons. So there is that. That's the only time I remember noticing. Earthrise, I kind of took me forever to watch that because I kept falling asleep because I was getting bored watching it. So maybe this weapon was in there, maybe not. Who knows? And here is Siege, Ironhide, and Crosshairs next to each other. And as you can see, they are the exact same mold as I said before, just different head sculpt and Autobot logo in its different position and just different paint schemes. That's it. Still get the dirty feet on both. That's about it on the battle damage. Maybe a little bit around here at his ankle right there, but I don't really see nothing here on Crosshairs at all. The weapons, they both get the rocket launchers, and they are the exact same thing. Nothing really different besides the paint. So that's it on those, but I think they still are a nice addition to the figure. I thought that was a really nice touch. And Crosshairs has a full 360 turn on his shoulder. He can lift up, down. He does have 90-degree bend on the elbow, and then also he has a bicep swivel. The legs can do a full split. Does have full 90-degree bend at the knee. Does have ankle tilt. Looks pretty good. Head is on a ball joint, and it's pretty good. Head can do a full 360. And his wrist articulation has a full 360 as well. All in all, this is a really nice mold. My final thoughts on Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, Siege Crosshairs. Overall, if you like the Siege Ironhide mold, then you're going to be happy with this. He's just a repaint with a new head sculpt. Same transformation, nothing different. But I think this is like the finalized version that you're going to get of this mold, where it's not falling apart or anything. And I'll point out these door flaps don't come off, they don't fall off or anything like that, like how Ironhide was. He has stronger looking hips. He's not all floppy. You can get him in better poses and everything like that. This figure has a lot of strengths between the paint scheme, head sculpt, the joints are tight. Just in general, it's a fantastic figure, and I highly recommend it to your set if you don't have them yet. The only thing is, trying to find them at this point, that would be a different question for another time. So, with that being said, that's it for the review. Thank you for watching, and I'll be bringing more Transformer content. very soon.